Guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. If you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss whenever I post. And yeah, today we're gonna be ranking the most important Vampire Diary characters. And yeah, let's get into ranking. So I will be ranking the characters from As I Love You, the next one is I Hate and Love You, and You're Decent, Nothing Wrong, Why Do You Exist, and Jump Off a Cliff. So the first character we're gonna rank is Caroline. So the first time that I watched the series, I really disliked her. Like the whole beginning, I usually dislike her because I feel like she's just so whiny. But then after she turns into a vampire, I don't know, like she gains this confidence, and then like as the story keeps going, she just becomes amazing. So for that, I'm gonna rank her in the I hate and love you. So next we're gonna do Lexi, who was Stefan's best friend, and honestly I loved her. Like I had nothing bad to say about her. She was always such a good friend and everything, and I don't know, I think we all need a Lexi in our lives. So next we're gonna do Haley. Haley, I honestly, like, she wasn't one of my favorite characters in the Vampire Diaries. So I'm just gonna put her in the A section because I don't know, I feel like in the Vampire Diaries she didn't really have that much of a huge impact, but like once you see her in the originals it's like, oh my god, you know? And I would put her in like higher up. Moving on, now we're gonna do Liv, and I feel like her, I have a love-hate relationship with her because a lot of her decisions were very questionable, and although she did help like the main characters, it was like, you know, so I'm gonna put her here. You're decent, nothing wrong. Because I feel like she's not like, oh my god, you know, like I love you, but she's not like jump off a cliff. So okay, next we're gonna do Bonnie's grandma, and honestly, like I'm gonna put her in the I love you section because she was always so straightforward and always helping Bonnie, you know, like obviously she was not very like pro vampire and everything, but like you could see the reasoning behind her. And I don't know, I just really loved how she was always very supportive of Bonnie and like everything that she was doing. So that's why we're putting her there. Okay, so next we're gonna go with Rebecca. So with her, I honestly I feel like she's just such a badass and I love her. So I'm gonna put her here. So next we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna go with Bonnie. So Bonnie, I honestly I feel like I always liked her because I feel like she was always putting all of her friends before herself, you know. She was always saving their asses and like always just like, if even if she was going through some tough stuff and like they always put her aside unless they needed her, like she was always there for them, you know. And so I feel like for that reason I'm gonna put her up here in the I love you section. Yeah, so next we're gonna start with Klaus Michaelson. So he, honestly, I wish that the storyline with him and Caroline had gone further. I would have loved them together. I feel like he would have just complimented her so much better, especially after Stefan died. But I'm gonna put him in the I hate and love you because he did do so many questionable things, but at the same time, it's like he's just one of those like lovable characters that it's like you can't really hate them, but like at the same time, like you know they're doing something wrong. So for that reason, I think, oh, this one's hard. I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna put him in the I love you section. So next we're gonna do Elisha Michaelson. So him, purely on the Vampire Diaries, I would say he's like an I no, I feel like he would go in the I hate and love you, because like the storyline when like all of the like Michelson siblings were there was really good, and like he played a big part. So next we're gonna do Catherine. Oh my god, honestly, her, I just feel like she should have like been gone so many times, but like she just saving herself. Like she even went to like hell and like somehow managed to become like the queen of the underworld, you know? It was like, what? So I feel like, I don't know, she was just such a badass, and like she deserves to be in the I love you section, because it's like not many characters can do everything that she did, you know? Okay, so next we're gonna do Jenna. Jenna, I feel like she should have gotten better, and honestly that's one of the reasons why I was struggling with Klaus, because like he did so much bad. I'm gonna put her in the I love you section because I just feel like she's just like that cool aunt. Okay, next we're gonna do Liz. And with her, like I had like a love-hate relationship with her, especially when she found out her daughter was a vampire. Like I know it was hard for her to like process it, I guess, but like it's your daughter, you know, like I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave her there. So next we're gonna do Jeremy. So Jeremy, I feel like he's gonna go in the section because, so yes, he was like Elena's little brother, so he played like a big role and everything, but at the same time I just feel like he was always like kind of dumb and like left out, and I don't know, he was just never my favorite. Like I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but now we're gonna go with Ano. And with her, I'm just gonna put her in the you're decent, nothing wrong. I don't know, I just found her like very whiny. Okay, next we're gonna do Tyler, and him, okay, so like I know a lot of people probably love him, but for me he's more like an character. Next we're gonna do April Young. So with her, I feel like she did deserve better, but like I feel like she wasn't that important to the story, you know? So I would just put her in like, this is nothing wrong, you know? I don't know, like if you guys disagree with any of these characters, be sure to like comment down below where you would have put them. Next we're gonna do Enzo. Oh my god, so like, so the first season where he comes out, I don't really like him. It's like towards the end when I really started liking him, because he was like this, he was kind of like an ugly person, you know, like, and but like it's at the same time it's like you understand why he was like mean and stuff, because like he went through a lot of stuff, you know, all the torture and everything, and it was Damon's fault. So it's like I hate you, but like I can't hate you. So like, you know, so I feel like he would go there, but like when he started dating Bonnie, he would go up to I love you, because I don't know, I just felt like they were just such a cute couple, and the fact that he could like keep himself from being mentally like controlled just because he like loved her so much was so amazing, and I feel like every girl deserves that. So yeah, you know what, we're gonna put him there. Next we're gonna do John, and with him I would have to put them in the why do you exist, because I feel like he was just like that very like bad uncle that you have, like that just always gets drunk and stuff, and like that no one likes. I don't know, I feel like that's him, you know. So far he's the least liked character from all of the characters that I've talked about so far, so that should tell you something. Okay, so next we're gonna go with Georgie. So Georgie, I'm gonna put her in, it's between these two, like you're decent or why do you exist, because it's like she was nice, like she was a nice person, but I feel like she was always hitting on Rick, and then she just kind of died real quick. I feel like I'm just gonna put her in the you're decent. So now we're gonna go with one of the mermaid siren. I think she was a siren. Comment down below. I don't know, I can't remember, but I think it was siren. And her I'm gonna put her in jump off a cliff, because Damon was one of the characters that I kind of really liked, but then when she came in he was so weak and I just kind of didn't like him, and like you know, so I blame her, and so she's going to jump off a cliff. I know, very mean guys, I know, whatever. So out of all these characters right here, she's the one I dislike the most. Let's move on to him. He's gonna go and jump off a cliff as well, because Julian was just one of those characters that I could not like. Like I feel like that was the point of his character, you know, for you to not like him. And so that scene where they showed like that he was guilty for killing Valerie's and Stefan's baby, and like that he was guilty for them not ending up being together, it was just like, oh my god, like, you know, he's just such a you know. And he deserves the worst. Like, jump off a cliff, bro. I'm done. Now we're gonna talk about the one that shall not be named. He's gonna go there too, because I feel like I don't think there's anywhere else you could possibly put him. Now we're gonna go with Luke. Honestly, I am gonna put him in the I hate and love you section, which I know like he's way higher than Liv, but it's just I feel like he was just always such a good brother, and he was actually trying to help. Like, he was always there, and then when like the merge thing happened and he decided to like give both Joe and Liv like a chance to live, was just, I don't know, like I feel like that's such a big brother thing to do. But like I also kind of dislike him because he was the guilty one of like keeping Bonnie and Damon on the other side, you know. So next we're gonna go with Joe, his sister. And her, I don't know, like honestly she was just such a happy person, and I feel like she deserved way better than what she got, like most of those characters, you know. She was just such a nice person to everyone, even though she was like carrying all this baggage with her, you know. So I think that was like, wow. Moving on to Klaus Michaelson. With him, I am gonna put him in the, I feel like for Vampire Diaries reasons, he's gonna go in the section. Okay, so now I'm gonna do Valerie. So with Valerie, I didn't like her, but I felt bad for her like when like the whole storyline with her baby was like revealed and everything, because I feel like she would have been such a like happy person otherwise. So I am gonna put her in the section. Yeah, that's the right section for her. Now we're gonna talk about Nora. Her, I feel like she goes in this same one because it's like she was just trying to fit in, and most of the things that she did because she was in love or because like a family. So it's understandable that like she was a little confused, especially because they spent so much time in that like other world dimension or whatever. And I mean, I feel like just being, it's like quarantine kind of, you know. It's like they were in this place with the same people for this long ass time. So it's like I feel like everyone would go a little crazy. I don't know. Next we're gonna do Vicky. Her, I'm gonna put her in Jump Off a Cliff, bro. She was never one of my favorite characters to begin with, but then like in the last episode she was guilty for Stefan dying, and Stefan was one of my favorites, and I feel like him and Caroline deserved so much better. So I feel like it's her fault. So there you go. I am blaming her and telling her to jump off a cliff because she's dead anyways. Okay, next we're gonna do Rick. And him, it's I hate and love you, because I feel like there were some times when he was just a little bit too dramatic for my liking, but at the same time it's like he did go through a lot, you know, like his wife dying and then she turned out to be alive and a vampire, and then his other wife died, and then the kids, and then, you know, so it was a lot of things. But he's a messed up person, but it's like I can't really hate you because I kind of love you because you're like, you went through all this, you know. So I don't know, would you guys put him there as well, or would you put him higher or lower? Comment down below. Moving on, we're now gonna do Elena's medical boyfriend. What was his name? I don't even know. Him, I'm just gonna put him in Why Do You Exist. I feel like he, like, yeah, his character was not really needed, like, you know. Now we're gonna do Lily. With her, I am gonna have to put her in the Jump Off a Cliff, please, because it's like, think of a mother. It's like the way that she just forgot about her kids, and I understand, you know, it's like, oh, you turned into a vampire and all this, but it's like they're still your kids, bro. I don't know, she just did them so wrong, and it's like the fact that she didn't really care about them like when she first got there. I know that like towards the end she was trying to like change and get her like kids to forgive her and everything, but it's like, I don't know, I just didn't like her, you know. Like I wanted to like her, but I couldn't. So now let's move on to Kai. Oh my god. Kai, was just such a master of manipulation, and he was kind of like Catherine, but like in a boy version. Like, he got away with so much, but the fact that he killed Joe on her wedding day, like, come on, brother. I'm sorry, but like, jump off a cliff. Next, I'm gonna do Elena's mom. Her didn't like her. She was manipulative, and I felt bad for Elena when her mom died, because like she had lost so many people already, you know, but it's like I did not feel bad for her, you know. Next, we're gonna do Mary Louise. Her, I'm gonna put her in Why Do You Exist? Because I feel like she always put Nora down, you know. It was like she was always so controlling, and I get she was trying to adjust and everything, but it's like, oh my god. And then the time she let Julian go, like, oh my god. Now Beau, I'm gonna put him in the S section because I feel like he was a nice person and he had potential, but just he wasn't really like, oh my god, you know, of a character. So that's why he's there. Okay, so Matt first. I'm gonna put him in the I hate and love you, because it's like he was always like so whiny, like, oh my god, I hate vampires, vampires ruin everything, but then he was always helping vampires, you know. So it's like, now we're gonna do Stefan, and like I said, the first time that I watched Vampire Diaries all the way through, I loved him. I cried when he died, and I was like, oh my god, you know. But then the second time around, I realized that he was kind of just as toxic as Damon was to Elena, you know. But like the fact that he like gave up the girl for his brother, you know, because he kind of was like, okay, you know what, like I'd rather have my brother than the girl, and that is beautiful. But like, I don't know, I feel like he was kind of messed up sometimes, you know, especially when he was a ripper, which I know it's like you have your emotions and stuff, but it's like at the same time, like, really, it's like when someone's angry and just tells you everything that they're really thinking, and that they wouldn't have told you if they weren't angry, because they're angry they told you everything. So it's like they lost control. It's like kind of the same thing, you know. So I'm putting him in the I hate and love you section. Okay, so next I'm gonna do Damon. And him, I have like a similar problem with him. It's like he was kind of toxic for Elena, and it's funny because he was like, oh my god, no, like I'm so bad for you, but at the same time it's like he was always like there trying to get the girl, you know. So it's like, well, like, you know, you're toxic for her, but at the same time you're trying to be with her, you know. So it was just kind of like I don't know, this one's hard, but I feel like I'm gonna put him in the I love you section, which the first time around I would have switched Stefan and Damon around. Now that like I saw it second time, it was like Damon's hotter and he is toxic but less toxic. So I don't know, like that's why I put him there, but at the same time it's like it's, he could go with Stefan, I don't know. And last with Elena, I found her so whiny as well. Like she was always like everyone dies, blah blah blah, and it was like she was just always like throwing a self-pity party for herself, and it was like kind of annoying. And then it's like the fact that she would switch between two brothers, like that's not okay, okay? Like if you date one brother, you can't date the other one, you know. That's just kind of messed up, because then you're making family fight. So I am gonna put her in the is section, which I know everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, what? Anyways, those are the final rankings. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time.